Is Dungeons and Dragons content dead? Now, I only mean like content-wise, not like the actual game. Of course the actual game's not over. But are people just not interested in Dungeons and Dragons content anymore? That's a big question that I've been asking myself lately over the past 10 months because of what has happened. I've worked on several Dungeons and Dragons channels that have all had a drastic hit when the OGL came out, when shorts started making money. I saw a channel go from averaging 200,000 views per video to averaging 50,000 views per video. I saw my own content on TikTok go from getting thousands upon thousands of views per video to only getting a couple hundred or less. For me at least, I haven't been posting, so my audience wasn't there to consume my work. Now, I wouldn't say all Dungeons and Dragons content is going down the drain right now, but I'd say a lot of comedy for it is. There's not a lot of new stuff coming out for Dungeons and Dragons, so the jokes are basically running out at this point. People are having to rehash jokes and nobody wants to see new jokes. That's kind of how it is for that. For one of the channels that I was working on for quite a while, they had a massive hit to their channel. There was a lot of stuff that were happening in a very short period of time. Not only did they decide to not post for 2 months because we were trying to figure out how to create better content for 2 months, and on top of that, 2 months later, the OGL hit, or maybe that was a month later. It was somewhere around there. And as soon as that hit, views definitely started going down. And it was very sad to see all of that work and progress that I had worked on for a while just kind of slowly go down the drain, because I was still putting in the same effort, the same everything on my editing parts, and I was seeing the same click-through rates, but there wasn't the same amount of views. There's a lot of people that just, they're not as interested in D&D anymore. D&D's reputation has definitely hit an all-time low. And on top of all of that, shorts came out. And we had to change our stuff again. Because nobody was watching the videos. Because people were rather watching shorts for shorter videos. And that's about the time I got fired, because we didn't have enough resources anymore to man 3 editors, and I came on to some other channels who I also realized they took a massive hit too. They took a pretty significant hit from going from 50,000 views per video all the way to 10,000. That's a pretty big hit too for those channels. And all of this is just to say, D&D content isn't dead. Each one of these channels has figured out a new way of doing things for their channels, but also each one of these channels used to do comedy content, and they are now going away from that for their regular platform on YouTube and posting their comedy stuff on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. But this is just very sad to see, and I wish I got in this game a little earlier, because then I might still have a job. And I do honestly think that if the OGL League didn't come out, things would be a lot better. We would have roughly the same amount of views coming in, roughly the same amount of everything, but because of that, I'm pretty sure the reputation for Dungeons and Dragons has hit an all-time low. I know this is old news. This is 10 months ago. This is the aftermath of what has happened with all of that. I worked on one of the biggest Dungeons and Dragons comedy channels on TikTok and YouTube. And to see them go from 200,000 views per video down to 50,000 was insane. They are doing so much better now because they have now figured out what works for their audience, what people want to see more. If you want to watch more videos like this, click right here, and I will see you later.